Did someone say WeeaBoots? Because I think I just heard someone say WeeaBoots. Hello and welcome to another episode of WeeaBoots, the anime review podcast from GigaBoots and Hail Zeon. This is Dan,
Bob, and Jay.
Jay's from Hail Zeon and the other two of us are from GigaBoots. We're actually cutting that joke out this episode. Progressive!
Yeah. We're advancing.
Yes. So today we are reviewing Beautiful Bones, Sakurako's Investigation. Now, I chose this anime because it involved bones. Also, we knew that any anime we'd choose after Digimon was going to be the worst we had seen for WeeaBoots because this season's terrible.
See, I thought you were choosing this because anything that we chose after Digimon had to be a step up. And I thought, and then when I watched this, I was like, oh, I was horribly wrong. Dan's a son of a bitch.
Check this out. This is a step up for me. That says nothing. But hey,
you know what? At least the Digimon series had, Digimon fighting things in a city. I got to see,
I got to see things in this series and not the abstract artwork that may have been Digimon.
Fucking... At least I wasn't subjected to 10 minutes straight of transformation sequences.
It's just, I'm just saying, after people spoke for 10 minutes straight in a really monotone, boring fucking way, there was a fight scene. This just had
there was a fight scene.
Look, okay, I got to see Omnimon. That's all I give a shit about, all right? I had to wait 40 or an hour to see him, but I saw him.
3 frames of animation?
Yeah, it was great. It's like a Game Boy title. But hey, yeah, there was a fight scene, and then I got drunk and fought someone after listening to this anime. But hey, you guys, let's talk about the production. And for that, we go to Bob. Bob?
All right, let's see. The director is Makoto Kato. This is his first full director position. He's an episode director on Aldona Zero.
Aldnoah Zero? Yeah.
Aldnoah, whatever it is.
I'm just trying to say it closer to how it's written.
Because, some jackass in the comments will bitch if we don't.
Oh, are we jumping straight into the fan participation segment? Okay. Hey, guys. I'm sure you may have seen on Twitter or on the comment section of the last GigaBoots upload for WeeaBoots, or which episode was that? That was Lupin.
Yeah, it was a Lupin
episode of WeeaBoots. That somebody complained about our pronunciation of certain words, like Lupin, which is fucked up because that's French, and you pronounce Lupin like that in France.
Yeah, because we didn't say Lupin. And it's I don't like the way you guys say anime words.
Let me make this fucking clear for all of you. We do make an effort to make sure every name and character and everything else on the show is pronounced as well as we can. Beyond that, you can go fuck yourself if you want us to be perfect. It's not gonna happen. This is an unedited podcast. Go fuck yourself. And if you're not gonna value the opinions of people who can't pronounce another language's words or names 100% on point, that's a pretty ignorant perspective. Bob, continue with the rundown. Unless Jay has something to say.
I was just gonna say, all of that, most definitely, because because first off, like you said, we make a concerted effort to try. Plus, we are probably more accurate than 90% of the motherfuckers who watch goddamn anime.
And if you want to prove us wrong on that would be fucking amazing. Please make a video where you're just montaging all of these anime reviews on YouTube and check words to see if we can't say them as well. And don't count Bob. We know he's not saying them, right?
Yeah. All right, yeah. We're
Bob's
deal with that.
Check and balance, okay?
But yeah, the fact is, a fucking French word. It's Lupin, not Lupin, you fucking hick. That really set me off. And I love the fact that, because, as I said off air, was, the one thing that, we consistently say wrong that no one will ever call us out on is we say anime podcast. If we wanted to be really want to be pedantic about it, it should be anime. Nobody actually says anime in the West, though, anime in the West, so we say anime. Yeah.
Because... Yeah.
But I mean, if you wanted to be a dick, you could say, hey, you guys aren't saying anime.
Dear fan base, do you want to be a piece of shit? Here are some fun tips.
Excelsior.
So fuck you, true believers.
But yeah.
Bob, who's the original creator? Ka-chunk.
Well, that guy also did episode directing on Servant X Service. But the original creator is Shiori Ota. This seems to be their only novel work.
Cool. So this is originally a novel or a light novel?
Yeah.
Like everything?
Like everything. There was also an illustrator on that novel, but I didn't figure we needed
Look,
that.
you guys. Okay, look. If we weren't adapting light novels from Japan, we might have to have series writers from Japan, which might be the only thing worse.
And then the animation production is done by Troika.
Which did Aldnoah Zero.
That's the only anime.
not
They've done
saying
lots
it-
of in-between animation work, but this is whatever the other one is.
Aldnoah Zero. Yeah, that's
Arudunora Zero. There,
Sorry,
did that
show
appease you? Internet weebs?
Showing a D between an L and an N, I'm lost.
Fuck you too, word. Real quick. Completely side railing this.
Okay.
Jay, you said somebody brought over Shirobako? Right?
Wait.
Like to the States, getting released
Yes.
here? Yeah, was that Sentai Filmworks?
It is.
Okay, so I'm supposed to make my sacrifice of $40 at their altar to pray for a dub, right? I'm thinking about doing that.
Honestly, me too. I don't
It's been
blame
so
you.
long since I watched a fucking Blu-ray of anime that I got Watabote for Christmas, and damn, that looks nice.
I believe it because it's one that had like budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good series.
So,
Well, anime
you know,
is pretty,
it'd be
and like
cool.
I watch a lot of anime on Blu-ray, so yeah, I definitely know your feel.
Yeah, because then you watch these shitty fucking streams like all of the One Punch Man streams.
Yeah, God.
Oh.
One Punch on those streams is the worst.
You guys haven't seen it on Hulu, have you?
No,
No,
I watched the
I'm
Hulu one.
including
That's a
Hulu.
little
It's
better, but
okay, but it's
Okay.
nowhere near Blu-ray.
Oh yeah,
It's
it
not
definitely
even
is.
fucking comparable.
Okay. Speaking of Blu-ray quality, I recently because I've been watching Dragon Ball Super, like the horrible fan subs that come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
hey,
still
I'm
in
sorry.
that dungeon.
Oh, wait, actually, I should say the fan subs are pretty hit and miss. Sometimes they're really good. There's a few fans that are really good. The quality is kind of crap, but for the series itself. But like the Blu-rays came out in Japan, so I checked out the Blu-ray quality one to see
If they fix things up in the
the
animation.
animation. By the way, for everyone who's just like, oh my god, they fixed Dragon Ball Super's animation. They fixed episode 5. Every other episode that I bitched about that had off-model animation, and you motherfuckers in the comments are, they'll fix it for the Blu-ray. They'll fix it for the... See, they fixed the Blu-ray. Eat a dick, they only fixed episode 5. The episode 9 with the fucking Super Saiyan God transformation still looks like shit. Fuck you.
You fools. You ignorant fools. Do you not know the true power of Toei?
And that they have no power
They
or
don't care.
skill.
That's their true power. They don't give a shit. Have you seen One Piece?
Merchandising. Dragon Ball Super the lunchbox. Dragon Ball Super the doll.
Dragon Ball Super R2D2 Droid Vibrator. In any case, yeah. So, Bob, what are the characters in this?
Oh, there's Sakurako. She's the main character. She likes bones.
Not like the sexy kind of hentai kind, but
See, that would be awesome though, because
Yeah.
then it could be Kite.
right. There you go. Like this is what the series do. If you're gonna have her, you might as well just throw some explicit sex scenes. At least there'd be some action in the series.
Exactly. At least somebody somewhere is getting some action in this series. Real quick, is it Kite or Kite? Because I've always heard it said Kite, but it's so early in anime in the States, I really don't know.
I actually, I believe it actually is set. I haven't seen Kite, and
Cool. We were thinking about doing a cool animation night.
yeah, because
involving
the
Kite.
thing is though, like if we do Kite, because there's Kite Liberator, and the Kite live action movie starring Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I know. That fucker, Bob, won't let me add Kite the live action movie to this.
Have
Why
you seen
not?
trailers? It looks like the worst thing ever.
Which is why we
But
want
it
to
has
watch
Samuel
it.
L. Jackson.
Exactly. He does anything.
It's almost like Nicolas Cage is in it. It's
Yeah.
the next best thing. He was on Snakes on a Plane probably around the same time this was made.
Actually, this movie came out last year.
What?
No, this movie's super new.
Yeah,
It's super
better.
awful.
I'm even more fascinated because, I pay attention to a lot of camera stuff. I'll be watching and be like,
He's gonna
what did they
throw
film
an
this
ad
on
into
it?
like freaking Visa cards in this.
Cool.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think the series actually is set in the U.S. I could be wrong. I could be horribly wrong about that. But I think it actually like the character's name is Kite.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure if I'm wrong, someone will correct me. Which I don't mind being corrected on that because, like I said, I've never seen Kite.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've seen parts of Kite.
Yeah.
It's very Japan, but that doesn't mean they didn't intend it to be America. If anime has taught me anything.
Right. Okay.
Case Closed was originally set in America.
Baker Street.
That's right.
And Baker subway station.
Okay, and then we have the next character,
that's
Shotaro Tatewaki.
Shotaro Tatewaki.
Yes.
I hope that appeased you. I hope you're fucking wet
He's a
now.
high school boy. He's a Shota who is an assistant to Sakurako.
who's a tsundere.
Yeah, it's this dynamic, guys. Strap in.
And then everyone from here on out, they have names, but who cares?
Yeah, it's just you know, they're space fillers like the maid and like the police officer and the bitchy asshole detective. Yeah, it's basically okay. Let's go over the premise of this show. The premise for this show is. Ever seen the TV series Bones, the live action show? Like, remove like the female power dynamic from that and just replace it with a bitchy tsundere and a fucking like, you know, tropey anime bullshit and a total beta male protagonist, and you have this series.
I would say that's pretty accurate. You just add a lot of the proclivities of Japanese writing. You crank the anime up to 11 where it's like, we need some fancy, ostentatious sequence to happen when she's thinking. Because she goes to think about the bones, and then she gets this CGI crazy bone wonderland.
And it's like, but none of those are human bones, and this is all about dead people.
Yeah,
What's going on in your head, miss?
Which, speaking of which, episode 4 and 5 completely fucked that.
Yeah, there's nothing about bones in that.
Yeah, no.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, she does.
And then on top of that, they're like, the first episode's like, everywhere we go, we find a human body.
Yeah.
And then that held true until episode 4 and 5, where it's like, well, yeah, the human body's still alive.
Okay, so a few things about this anime. First off, like one of the things I noticed really early on, unless I've misread a line, was Shotaro says that Sakurako is that she's engaged.
Right.
Yeah. That never comes up again after he says that in a monologue.
No, it's brought up briefly because her fiance works with the police, and thus she mentions his name, and the police forgive more things.
I thought that she was mentioning her uncle.
No.
Okay.
Her uncle is also part of that.
Okay, that's why I was getting mixed up. All right then.
But either way, pretty irrelevant.
Pretty non-issue for these episodes.
Because it's one of those things. Well, it's one of those things like I'm like, oh, okay, like she has a fiance, so they can't do the forced romance bullshit between the will they won't.
Or you know,
oh wait, yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can. They gotta
going to
keep
be an
fucking
arranged
doing it.
marriage, and they're probably that creepy looking dude in the intro is the fiance, and he's actually evil.
Oh, you mean Terumi from
Yes.
Blaze Blue? He looks spot on like Terumi from Blaze Blue. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the intro sequence is fucking weird. She gets locked in a house and pounds on the door right after it shows you Terumi. And I'm like, why Terumi lock our protagonist? What is he doing? Get out of here. You're fucking with her. Come on, man.
Terumi was already his own anime cliche long before he
Super
existed.
villain. Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
I know.
Oh, I guess we should say how many episodes we actually watched people have content. We watched 5.
So we were aiming for 4 like always. But
Yeah.
fucking 4 and 5 are a 2-parter.
Of course they
fucking
are.
Shit 2-parter.
Yeah, a really bad, stupid
Because
two-parter.
the pacing's already bad in this series. It already is that we need to not understand the obvious for the next 14 minutes so we can have an episode. And then they make 1 to 2-parter, so now it's for the next half hour.
Yeah, it's...
And then the subject matter of that one, too, really drives it home. Of like, this guy thinks he's cursed and gonna die. Can you solve that? Is that Bones? Then no. Like,
But no, it's yes, but she can
instead-
solve everything.
Yeah, oh my god, I fucking... Okay, that's the thing, that's gotta be my biggest fucking issue with this series, is that... Okay,
Episodes 4 and
like,
5.
like
They
no,
just
no,
take
not
the
just,
whole thing like a fucking...
Oh, no,
an
just,
iceberg.
because it's not just that, though. I mean, okay, they established really early on, she has this obsession with bones, she knows everything there is to know about bones. She's basically a fucking autist about bones.
But she's not. That would be cooler.
Yeah, see, thing is, like, I'm expecting to see, like, Elle from Death Note, but a chick and bones.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that would be a cool
like,
thing.
she just knows everything. Is so specific about it that, like, she could just, tell you these things that they wouldn't know normally. Like, oh, the way this bone is fractured and indicates this and blah, blah, blah.
And they do that,
to
like,
solve mysteries.
a couple times.
Right.
Yeah, and, okay. Now, first off, one of the big problems with this is that she is not actually a member of law enforcement. She's not an investigator. She's just some asshole who just happens to stumble upon dead bodies.
Real quick, I need you two to look at the cover of the first novel.
Oh, yeah, it's horribly drawn.
No, it's just, man.
Man, look at how tiny her head is compared to her body.
Oh, I know. She's got, like, boobs bigger than her head, and she is not a well-endowed lady. But in any case... I was just gesturing to do the, see, this big here.
Yeah.
In any case, that art style really just hits what this thing is even more so than the anime does of, like, this is for ladies. You can tell by the way they draw hair.
Yeah. But yeah, still, she's supposed to be like, they kind of present her at the beginning like she's really like socially repressed. She's obsessed with bones.
Yeah,
her uncle or whatever was like some sort of forensics expert or whatever. No,
yes, which is how they explain her intimate knowledge of many
every fucking
many
thing in history.
Well,
ever.
when people drown, they tear each other's hair out.
Yeah.
If they're tied together.
Yeah,
Did your uncle just come home from work one day and unload that on you, or?
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. Like all the shit that she knows.
No, I've drowned people. Okay then.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where like she just knew about bones. She was really super specific about that. That could have been interesting, but no, she just is a savant that knows everything. Like they find the drowning vent. It's like, oh well, when you drown, like foam builds up around your mouth. Because like air escaping or whatever, and it's like, oh well, like they don't have this foam here, meaning that they actually were killed. They were already dead before they were thrown into the water. Also, if you look at the way the knot is tied, it would have to be tied downward, not upward.
She has an intimate knowledge of the throes of death and knot tying and everything, because everything is bones.
Yeah, like and she keeps doing this thing where like they do like this magical girl-esque sequence where like she's about to think and solve a mystery, and it just shows all these bones, and it's like this has nothing to do with bones. You're literally doing forensic work better than the fucking detectives are. And like, of course, the police are fucking incompetent in this series. Mm-hmm. Like, and the thing is though, like they're not even like case closed incompetent, where it's just like, okay, you can kind of understand where these guys made a mistake, and it's like, no, like the fucking cops here are just like, we don't want to hear anything you have to say, little girl, go away. This is clearly a suicide. Like
they even have this weird tone of, we're not even going to send this to forensics department. We're just going to send this to the morgue.
We're going to send this to the dumpster.
Yeah, basically. It's just like,
hey guys, I got to take a dump. Can you all leave so I can literally shit on this corpse? Like it is that charge to 11.
Yeah, and it's so tritely written. It's so bad, and like I don't think there's anything about this series I like.
Bob, what did you take away from the series? What parts chafe with you, and what do you like?
I wouldn't say I like any of it.
Okay.
Nothing. I think that the worst part is where she's just a genius. Like she knows absolutely everything, and it's beyond genius level intelligence. It's just knowledge of everything.
Yeah,
it's
she has
just
knowledge.
omniscience.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me say real quick. Star Wars Force Awakens haters, this is what a goddamn Mary Sue looks like. Okay, continue, Bob.
Yes, it is like bones. This is what a Mary Sue looks like. Continue, Bob.
I guess that of all of the episodes, the only one that I felt did a good job of what they're trying at all is the, I think it's episode 3. It has the grandmother who dies.
Yes.
That one, they actually take into account she finds a body, knows what happened because of the bones.
Yeah.
It works.
Now, okay, to counter that, the pacing of that episode is the worst because for whatever reason, Sakurako is just following her along while her Shota boy is talking to the victim, the recently deceased, because Shota boy is like, yeah, Sakurako said that wasn't possible. Let's go to the forest and we can talk about it. And then she's just fucking initial D guy zoned out, Takumi levels of just not paying attention until for the third time the recently bereaved granddaughter or whatever is like, yeah, and then she took her own life for like the third time in this one conversation while Sakurako was around. And then she goes, what? She didn't kill herself. And then everyone's like, it's like, no, that's why you're here. That's what you said it like 3 times. So bad on you, Sakurako, for not paying attention. But shame on everyone for not realizing that's why you're in the goddamn forest in the first place. It was pretty dumb, but you're totally right on the bones thing where it was like, yeah, it ties in at all. Like they fell. They would know. Right. And then but you can go.
Yeah, you're right. It
has a pacing problem.
They were going to the forest because she wanted to show them the scenery that was the painting, and that's why she didn't at that point know that it was the suicide, or that they thought the grandmother committed suicide.
She was around for that at least one time before that moment, and she just didn't say anything and just.
Yeah, it is really.
I don't know. Like it was really weird to me. Yeah, I mean. Okay, so shonen anime has bad pacing, almost all of it. Ever. So in a lot of super popular anime, you just get used to really, really bad pacing. But in a series like this, pacing could really make or break it because it's a lot of dialogue and it's a lot of not visually interesting things. Speaking of which, the ostentation sequence. Bob, you thought that looked okay.
The which sequence?
The ostentatious I'm thinking sequence with the bones.
I thought that looked okay.
But Jay?
I have a few thoughts on it.
Okay.
One, like she does that whole like hands in front of her facing, almost like a Gendo type pose.
Yes,
like,
that is the thinking. I'm an intellectual pose.
Yeah.
I'm a creator.
I'm not going to defend the pose or anything like that. I think artistically it's neat.
Yes. Okay. I did like in another episode where she was thinking and she didn't do that segment. And she was thinking in her office, and she actually did that pose. She actually had her hands up, like, oh, it's actually a consistent thing. It's something she does. Never actually shows up again in any other episodes we watched.
No.
But
that is for the anime
like,
sequence.
I thought it was a neat looking visual. I had no problem with it up until because she wears the exact same outfit in every single episode, so they're able to just keep recycling the same animation.
Yep.
Then they make a fucking mistake where she puts a face mask on it in episode 5, and then she does the like snapping her gloves, and they do that sequence again. But because they're reusing the old animation, she isn't wearing that mask.
Right.
And I'm like, really? You couldn't, like, this is digital animation. This is so easy to just go back into the source footage and add a mask to her face. That was so insanely fucking lazy. And like, okay, Dan.
Yeah.
This last week, like, me and Agro have been watching a good bit of Cardcaptor Sakura. And something that shows up in every single episode is Sakura turning her little key necklace into her staff.
Yeah.
And her sealing the cards.
Yeah.
Sakura wears a completely different outfit in every single episode of that show.
That alone makes me green with envy.
And it's full budgeted.
Not many animes can do that.
It's full budgeted, like a real magical girl transformation sequence. Like they poured all this budget into it.
Right.
But like they're clearly not reusing the animation. Like they'll reuse like the key spin stuff, like where she's not on screen. But as soon as she's on screen, that has to be unique animation because her outfit is completely different, but it's completely unison with all the previous episodes.
Right.
The fact that these lazy fucks couldn't even be bothered to draw a mask on her face when in the digital age of animation was fucking horseshit. But yeah, like
so that's your major problem.
Cardcaptor Sakura done by Madhouse though.
Yes, but
Isn't that cheating?
Okay, that was Madhouse in the 90s, dude. Like that was like a year after Trigun, and Trigun was some slipshot shit sometimes.
Okay, probably. It's been too long since I've seen it to defend it.
Trigun,
but they did do Ninja Slayer already. I know that was a full budgeted movie.
But that was a movie. And plus, we're talking about a magical girl series, but you don't have to pump money into a magical girl series.
I thought that was the most profitable thing to put money into.
I mean, wasn't that around the Sailor Moon time?
No, this is actually like 4 years after because it's 99.
That would probably make it more prime to be in the hype zone of magical girl anime, wouldn't it?
No, because Sailor Moon had already been canceled by then.
Sailor Moon got canceled?
Well, I mean, the manga had ended and the series had ended.
I was like, are you going to tell me are you going to drop a Cowboy Bebop bomb on me? Some fucking Samurai Champloo shit? No, Japan hates it. Yeah, I know. They're terrible. Let's bomb them.
Just to pour that much money though into a magical girl series, a 70-episode magical girl series that's obviously based around merchandising and just to appeal to stupid kids. yeah, to pump that kind of money into a series like that is insane.
Okay, so back to the sequence. I think it just looks bad. Like,
Really?
honestly, the way the bones are animated doesn't look cool. It doesn't look right. And as you were saying, like, none of it's human bones.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. That would magnify how, like, oh man, just have a fish floating through the air. Like, just have this other thing moving really slowly in the distance. So that way you can see that these joints aren't working together quite right. And instead of texturing them, they have this cool overlay shader thing where they're semi-translucent and they have a wipe of color that goes across all of them, which I feel like that layers to distract from how kind of shitty it looks. It looks kind of plain in that aspect. And you know, normally I'm not the guy who's like, it's super important to me that these visuals look good in this anime. Like if it's a good anime, whatever. I don't remember any part of the what's the name of that really, really good slice of life from late last year that involved the guy who does calligraphy?
Oh, Barakamon.
Yeah, like at no point in Barakamon. Shiro Barakamon Nagatari. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong.
That's the 35th movie in the series, right?
Finally, an adaptation of the third book. In any case, at no point did I say about Shirobako Monogatari that the visuals like, oh, this is bad and that's why it's bad. It's just, it really annoys me when you felt it was necessary to have this super flashy sequence and then it's not like really cool artistically or any other way. Like to me, like I honestly, that sequence just looks bad and it's hypercharged anime stupid, where it's just like she's thinking, you know, because there are translucent electrified bones flying past her. Which, you know, my description there way better than what you're gonna see. So don't look it up after hearing that. Hopefully you watched it by this point in the podcast. Because
Let me pause and go check this out.
Oh man, that sounds great. Oh, I'm so angry. Whatever, it worked. You are now on my side. Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of that. And for me, none of these characters are good.
No, they are all stock archetypes of the most generic level.
In a way, this is scary.
What, you guys didn't like Ume Sawa, the maid? She had like 10 lines.
You know who's the only good character? Richan? You don't even have her here. The little girl who's like 2 or 3.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee-chan, she was adorable and she was a good character. I liked her. She played the kid character well.
Yeah.
It was really well voice
like
acted.
a really dark episode and she's covered in blood.
And you did not think about other things in that episode that made no sense.
No, like I was yelling at the TV. It's a lot of hi, I'm a police officer on guard. Oh, you snuck up on me and stabbed me.
You crazy naked man I didn't see wandering through the streets.
Seriously, yeah, that was ridiculous. Like crazy naked man, like crazy man in his boxers with a knife, covered in blood, and the
apparently
cop
been walking around this like residential area for hours.
I guess
a
Since
day?
morning.
Who knows? Like it was dark. Now it's like gotta be afternoon.
Yeah.
It's God, man. This fucking anime, dude.
Yeah, this is now I'm gonna blow your goddamn minds. I'm gonna blow it. Your minds are gonna be blown in 3, 2. There was a radio drama. Apparently people thought this was so great they made a radio drama out of it before it was a fucking anime.
Oh,
so
wow.
the idea
that
of
does
just,
happen sometimes.
yeah, it's just the idea of this writing's so good. Let's just,
I mean, a lot of times when they don't get the budget or something to do a full anime, they kind of do that and
as a
like,
sort of like,
yeah,
hey, look, if this
one
was
gets
an
the hype
anime,
up.
that would be real cool, and people care. We promise.
Like I hear about that sort of thing happening all the time, and then they often have to recast voice actors.
That happened
from
here,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if anybody's like the voice actress for the radio drama was way better than for the anime.
Yeah, so this piece of work, yeah, I just said, like, as we were saying, the characters complete stock of bullshit. Like the fucking mysteries and the stories are garbage.
They really are. This is worse than Case Closed's worsts. Like
Yeah.
I know
And that's pushed off the B team writers so often and so hard.
often. It was almost a drinking game. Like it's just you got to make your bets before the episode preview because that'll just give it away.
Right?
Oh man, who shot this person and left it on the table?
Yeah,
How many ways did they use tape this time?
yeah.
Wait, this time?
The 4-episode streak of tape murders.
So speaking of Case Closed, this series really made me want to go watch Case Closed.
Yes, because getting that shitty mystery taste in your mouth is just the worst.
That or Death Note, even Death Note. Like, I'm not even a huge fan of the Death Note anime. Love the manga, like the movies.
I will go a step further and say I fucking hate the anime. Continue.
But yeah, I am not a fan of the anime, but I much rather would have watched the anime of Death Note over this, because at least, you still have really well written characters. You have interesting dynamics between them. You have really striking visuals, to contrast between the characters.
Yeah, and you go. You have a portrayal of intellect that is at all realistic.
Yes, you can understand why these characters are the way they are, because the fact that the fact that they're able to combat one another, is that they understand each other on such a deep intellectual level. And they're playing this really specific cat and mouse game.
Yeah, and they have limited knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a thing in that.
Yeah,
if it was written like this, they would both know everything always.
and Light
throwing knives.
And Light would have killed L in the first episode because he would have known his face and his name and everything.
No, then L would survive it somehow because he changed his name legally.
I wondered how the Death Note would deal with that. It's sorry, that's not his legal name anymore. That motherfucker.
God damn it. Where's that skit from us? That's a way better skit than the Death Note skit we made. It just keeps going back and forth with this cat and mouse game. I thought I knew his face, but I thought I saw his face, but it turns out he surgically got someone else's face attached. It just looks like fucked up leather face. And then it's like, Misa-san, you sold your soul so that way you can find out whose face he ripped off.
So yeah, this...
Please don't steal my idea for a movie.
It's out there, Dan.
Damn it. I'll sue.
It's gone.
I already wrote the script in an envelope and mailed it to myself. That means it's copyrighted or something. That's how that works.
And honestly, that right there is a better mystery cat and mouse game than anything in this fucking series.
It's true. In fact, Cromarty High has more intrigue and better mystery.
I wanted to talk about happy things at some point.
No, we're reviewing.
No, because we did the Lupin podcast. Just before that. So I have some really a lot of interesting Lupin news. As Bob was telling about earlier, Lupin Part 4, the one that we reviewed, it's actually going to be on Crunchyroll now. So people can watch that with not shitty fan subs.
And a good quality stream.
Yeah, good quality stream. So yeah, if you want to see Lupin Part 4 and you're like, fuck, I don't want to torrent this, you don't have to anymore, because now, starting January 7th, they'll be just releasing all the episodes that are already out in Japan, and then they're going to be simulcasting from that point onward.
Hooray. Which is good. Second good stuff about that, hey, it's getting another season.
Is it?
Well, I mean, if they're broadcasting more, that's basically another arc confirmed.
Oh, it's a 20. It was already confirmed as a 26 episode series.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's 26 episodes. There's that. So Lupin Part 4 is licensed for streaming. Lupin Part 2 is getting a physical release in the States again. All 155 episodes by Discotek.
No, real quick, I gotta check. Is one of those the DVDs that you don't have that makes me provably a better Case Closed fan than you?
Yeah, it'll include those episodes. So now I will own all the Lupin that's ever been released stateside. That'll cover all of that. So yeah, I am definitely getting all that, because they're putting all 155 episodes into 4 box sets.
I'm just gonna come over to your house, take a random DVD, and throw it out the window. And be like, you don't own them all, Jay.
So yeah, that's going to be a sweet thing for anyone who's a classic Lupin fan. You can, now you can get the original. And they phrased it very oddly, that it's they're using all available dubs.
They're firing on old dubs. What fucking sentence?
Because the way people are assuming what they mean is that there may be more dubs that never got put to DVD, because that would have made sense that they would have had dubs produced, possibly even recorded but not mixed, and they may actually do the work to mix them and put them to the episodes, because Discotheque does do a lot of little extra work and things like that. I could see them actually doing some shit like that.
okay.
So instead of 79 episodes being dubbed, they could end up being maybe 90 or 100 episodes even.
Cool.
So that would be really cool to do that. Also, they announced that confirmed that the two dubs that were done in the 90s, or the dub that was done in the 90s for the last 2 episodes, because they brought the last 2 episodes of Lupin over in the 90s because they were done by Miyazaki. So those were put on VHS as The Wolf. Yeah, they call him The Wolf.
Was it a radio DJ?
And yeah, so there's that. Those 2 bits of news, and then also a new Lupin TV special has been announced. And it's going to have Rebecca from Lupin Part 4. So it's actually going to be like a sequel to the new Lupin series. So yeah. Oh, come on. Rebecca isn't inherently a bad character. It's more just that horrible detective guy that was.
Yes, no.
He's
the worst.
What?
Yeah.
He was Agent Smith. How is that not?
But yeah, it's just more of the fact that like it is going to be a sequel to the new series that's out.
Lupin the Third and the Agent of Smiths.
So yeah. Lots of cool Lupin news that's happened in between this podcast and our last one.
So yeah, let's talk.
Let's not talk about this anime, Dan. I just had fun time, and you're gonna ruin
Well, I'm
it.
shutting it down. Let's talk about
other animes that got announced though.
No, let's talk about intro and outro.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
that outro. Let's talk about that. It is a naked lady, main character.
hot naked lady in
With
water.
no nips.
You've seen this outro probably 20 times.
Just add CGI bones and make her lip
CGL
sync.
skull. Well, I guess there's the bones
There's
later.
the bones.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, make her lip sync with the song for 1 moment.
Does she do that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that one shot close up on her mouth, and she like lip syncs 3 or 4 words, and then it cuts and never again.
All right.
Yeah, it's that's a pretty common thing though. I don't have a problem with that. It's just the fact
But
that it is.
I can't put my finger on why, but it feels better when other things do that. Like the lip sync for 1 moment usually comes at a cool moment.
Yeah. This was just at a very kind of
zammed,
arbitrary,
like that zammed beat for the intro. Like
Yeah.
you got that kind of like up and peppy feel. Yeah. And then you like mouth the cool part, and then it moves on, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're having fun," and she's just fucking mopey and sad, and it's some weird like.
There's no like cool part to the song. It's all just low key like.
If somebody
calm.
gave the postal service crystal meth,
Yeah.
it is just an even more fucked up, depressed, really slow. It's like an even sadder sounding version of the song "This Place Is a Prison" or whatever from that album. It is a really, really sad, dark song, and it's like you don't fit with this anime.
But no,
She's
Dan, it's
not
dark
that
and sad.
pensive.
And people are dead. It's bad news.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to care.
Yeah, she is so fucking detached. Also, just to go on a little bit of a tangent. Actually,
Lupin the Third.
Actually, I'll say the tangent until we're done talking about the intro and
Okay,
outro.
hey, any other comments about the outro other than CGI skull spinning around her head?
That was definitely the worst CG in the whole series.
Yeah, and
It wasn't even the right shape for a skull. What was up with that?
Yeah, that was weird. Maybe they had like elephantitis or some shit.
I don't. Look, man.
The one part of this outro sequence I like is when she starts fingering a skull, but it didn't go far enough for me to really like, yeah, she loves bones.
Yeah, that was nowhere near erotic. Like on the erotic scale, it's like a 2. I didn't even get a chub.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be erotic for you. You're supposed to be horrified how it's erotic for her. But they didn't go far enough to really kick that in, so... Like, it barely registers on the I liked this O-meter, but it's the most likable thing in the outro.
Yeah.
The outro, I think one of my worst things about it is it just, it like cuts in. And the weirdest moments, like there's just
throughout the series, it just seems like they forgot to transition at all. It just cuts harsh to it.
Yeah,
where it's such a calm song, it's even a harder cut to know. It's just like, oh, I guess it's over.
Yeah, and that was mostly magnified in that episode with Lee Chen. Yeah, where it just like, oh man, he stabbed the person, blah, 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 police people talking, boom. And it's just going, and you're like,
Yeah.
is this the next sequence? No. Okay.
Okay, that's her naked. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait,
Because
maybe she's in the bath.
The
No,
Lee
no,
Chan
this is the
thing
ending.
is the second episode, and the third episode's the grandma.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the first time the outro comes in, and it's just fucking ta-chunk!
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really weird to like when you get blindsided by like the chill outro.
Yeah, it's a really weird feeling. You're just sort of caught off guard and like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but
What?
yeah, it's the most. That's just that really lazy. Like I said, yeah, I've seen this type of outro at least 20 fucking
But
times.
now there are CGI bones.
Oh yeah, it's like
And
that makes
one
all the
lip
difference.
sequence.
There's-
lip sync sequence because I feel like these more melancholy / sexy outros don't normally have the lip sync sequence.
No.
I'm not saying that isn't common. I'm just saying it isn't super common in the exact outro this is.
I personally haven't seen it in such a chill outro because usually, like, they usually pick like a very key point in a song.
Yeah.
Like either right before or like usually like the bridge between like two parts. I'll just have them, and it'll bust into like a really cool part of the song, or like a specific line
Yeah.
that's really important to
Yeah.
like the series as a whole, or maybe the song. But yeah,
And
no, this
one
is-
character saying it to another character
Yeah, so-
a lot
yeah.
of the times,
Yeah, it's-
where
it's
she's
a
in a
lot
floating
of-
abyss of bones.
Yeah, this is just
What's up, Bob?
I just had the thought of, oh yeah, they're in that part in the Cowboy Bebop intro where they just yelled Cowboy Bebop and it was Spike lip sync. Yes,
Yeah.
that happened, right?
But yeah, like
Yeah, that was real.
because like I've seen this kind of outro going as far back as like
I mean, even
Blue
Outlaw
Gender.
Star.
oh yeah Outlaw Star.
No, that
no.
was panning over like
like
just
drawings.
still illustrations, but it wasn't anything in water.
Yeah.
because like Melfina in some
Malfina's-
weird places, like outer space with a spacesuit that doesn't look like it fits in the universe, and
Yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
that
Okay.
was weird. But yeah, like as far as back as like the first back series I can think of that's done this is Blue Gender,
Even Ava did it.
and oh yeah, Ava did kind of do like the floating in water
Yeah.
naked chick. So yeah, Ava is probably the oldest one. Then like there's Blue Gender, and it's, like, a lot of animes have done it where it's just like chick. Like, there's usually water involved. She's naked, and it's just a very serene, calm. But like, this is just like it's not even noteworthy because they don't do anything particularly interesting with the visuals. It's not really atmospheric.
No, and it
The
really
CGI
once
is
again.
jarring and takes you out of it. It's like fucking like Star Wars Special Edition garbage.
I gotta stress for the billionth time, it really doesn't fit the series. She's not pensive or melancholy enough for it to fit the series. She's detached from everyone's deaths. She doesn't have any drama that's brought to the fore. She occasionally has a flashback to person that Shota Boy reminds her of,
Her
but
brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe this is going to make sense late in the series, and at some point she'll
Or-
become
Or
more of a
become-
character, but I doubt it.
They have 12 episodes out as of this recording. Probably that's it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
So we're 5 in.
Yeah.
They only get 7 for that to make sense. And at that point, fuck them. That's half of the series, basically.
Yeah, I must say, like, if they do, it's just probably gonna be some stupid contrived garbage.
In any case, that's not important. Let's move on to the intro. Guys, the intro.
Yeah.
It is so forgettable. It's not
Yeah,
even as memorable as
we
the
literally
outro.
just watched it, and I'm like, what was that again?
Well, see, it had the text for the name of the series, and then there was blue behind it, and it was like a layer of color that moved across, and I'm serious, that's all I remember.
Yeah, that was the very start of it. Then
I know.
Then stuff happened, I think.
I'm pretty sure stuff happened, other than her getting locked into her house by
Yes,
Terumi
yes.
and pounding on the door.
That's
Yeah.
all that happened. It was just Terumi harassing her.
Yeah, well,
Because
what
he's a
was
bad
it?
husband.
Oh, what was it? Yeah, it shows her like looking at some fish bones, but yeah, like it feels like that it's supposed to be like if you watch the series as a whole, it's gonna be relevant because you have like her seeing like her brother or whatever, and him running away, and then like like she's running after him
And
because
then-
it's like the ghost of her brother or some shit, and then you see.
Yeah.
Is there anything you've seen in the series that implies it's her brother? Because I was getting childhood
She says
friends or...
she says it's her brother whenever he sees the photo because he's like, "Who's Sotaro?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I must have missed that.
I missed that too.
Yeah, it's when he sees the photo. It's episode 4. It's right after the episode with Lee Chan.
Okay.
Yeah, so like
So it was the beginning of the 2-parter.
that was
Oh, wait,
No,
the
that's
episode
3.
after Lee Chan's
That's
3.
the grandma one.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's 3. Okay.
Yeah, 3 or 4 is when that
Because 3's Grandma Town.
yeah, it's the grandma.
That
so
you,
I'm sure.
you people should let me name your episodes. But yeah, so like,
And then it's also, but yeah, it's like her chasing her brother, and then
recently bereaved granddaughter seeing someone at a table and then them
Yeah.
not being there.
Yeah,
She's
there's
talking.
that.
She sees them and talks to them, and then it cuts perspectives, and they're not there.
Yeah, there's that.
You didn't catch.
But the big thing in there is is Sakurako.
Don't say it wrong. They'll stop listening.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sakurako.
You're fired.
Yeah, Sakurako. Like she sees her brother's ghost or whatever, chases after him, and then Shotaro sees. What I'm assuming is young Sakurako, and he chases after her, and they both kind of like meet at her front door, and they both the images that they were chasing both disappear into butterflies, and then they kind of meet, and it's just like, oh, it's like symbolic of some shit that I have no fucking context for, and 5 fucking episodes in.
Also, like, is the butterfly thing really about that deadly butterfly thing? Is that really the motif for this whole series? Because that's lame as shit.
Deadly butterfly thing?
Like, butterflies show up in every episode.
They do.
It's a motif. And then in the episode 4, they go into how that painting is of a certain type of butterfly and going into what that meant and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that they talked about the other painting there and that was about butterflies. So, yeah, I guess it is just...
Yeah,
butterflies.
What a shit motif. I'm sorry. Just, what garbage. I
don't care.
No, like, motifs are people trying to be artsy and have a message.
And then you have a character just say the whole thing? That kind of breaks it, I think.
Yeah. Oh, God, speaking of characters saying the whole thing...
That's what we call clubbing a script to death.
At the end of episode 5... after
have to talk about
that. Fuck you. This needs to be said so people understand how fucking bad the writing can get.
Let me synopsize real quick. Episode 4 and 5 is a two-parter, and at the end of 5, something really grisly happens to this guy, and his leg gets fucked up, and in the episode, it just goes to the outro.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like taking him to the hospital or whatever.
And he's bleeding, and it's like, oh man, that guy, oh god. And then the episode ends, and you're like, okay. Yeah, that's a logical conclusion point.
All right, whatever. It was really abrupt. As we said,
always.
Yeah, the outro just kind of abruptly starts.
Kick in the nuts. Sack tap.
After the outro, though, it cuts to an epilogue where it's like Sakurako's...
They're having a barbecue with a lot of the series regulars.
Yeah.
Lee Chan's there. The dog's now there.
Yeah.
The maid's there. Lots of people are there.
Yeah, and like the dialogue immediately is just like, oh, well, it's a really good thing that you took in his dog because, the guy who got his leg fucked up because like he went through debt and he had to like move into a smaller apartment. So they pretty much just run down like what happened in between these 2 points in the most
heavy-handed, unrealistic exchange of words ever. Like, I can't remember which character said what because they were all like, yeah, and then he got a job as an IT. It's red letter media level here of just like, yeah, and then he got a job as an IT guy. Oh, yeah, but his leg was fucked up, eh?
Yeah.
It's just so like in Red Letter Media, it does it as a joke. They do it because it's fucking hilarious to just really beat the audience over the head with stupid levels of information delivery that are just nonsensical.
Yeah,
and that epilogue for that episode is just 2 minutes straight of it, and you're just like,
yeah, it is just it's not even a full 2 minutes. It isn't.
It felt like an eternity.
Yeah, it did because it was just they're just ratcheting out information to get you caught up in like what the hell happened.
But who cares?
In no natural fucking way. Like I mean, like all we really needed to know was just like okay, apparently she now has a dog for some reason. Even though
they could have had that one piece of information, but not had it delivered in the most shit way ever.
It could have been
like none of the rest of that. It could have been in the next episode. Yeah, how's he doing? Oh, he's all right. He's adjusting to the move-in. Well, dialogue people would say, like, somebody sees the dog and they're like, oh, hey, how's the dog doing? Not
right.
Good. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that you had taken a dog, Sakurako?
Oh, you don't like pets? Oh, yes, she does. She once had a pet cat. And then she looks wistfully at the blowing trees.
That was another me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Away. You won't hear me say.
Yeah, like the last 30 seconds was like fucking pretentious monologuing too.
No, that wasn't pretentious. It was just shit. It was just bad. Like, pretentious is when you go art film up your ass, like.
Well, see, thing is though, I feel like the people who were writing that dialogue felt like they were saying something profound about her character.
No, I feel like that sort of writing comes out of we gotta tie up this episode and make it matter to the main character. Like, it's a to-do list of a fucking scene.
Oh, God.
That's how I feel about that. That writing
I have to wonder
smacks
how
of-
bad these light novels were. Like,
I have to wonder, like, are these bad light novel-based animes a product of anime companies really shitting on the source material? Or is it really just that the source material's not great but popular? Like Twilight.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've only read 2 light novels. Well, okay, 3 light novels that have been adapted into anime. Now,
What were those?
I'm currently reading Kizumonogatari.
Okay.
And that's been, like, I can very much tell, like, okay, yeah, this definitely feels like how the anime does. Haruhi, the very first book of Haruhi, which was
The beginning of all of this.
yeah, like the very first Haruhi book, which is pretty much just like the first 5 episodes, like just pretty much just in book form.
I think Full Metal Panic is the oldest one I can remember.
I have one.
Adaptation.
I have one better for you, but I can't remember the name.
And then
of it.
the other one was Vampire Hunter D, and that OVA cuts out so much from the book that makes that story make a lot more sense.
So who wants a sensical story? No, really, who wants that?
It's overrated horseshit if you ask me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course, there's Slayers, but I've never read Slayers. Wait, why are you bringing up Lost Universe?
I'm just.
Yes, it is a light novel.
Yeah, I was like, Slayers of the Lost Universe are the 2 oldest that I know.
Okay.
Way to beat me to that fucking dick.
So yeah.
Right before the page loads, you're like, yeah, Slayers. I said it first, fuck you.
Well, I mean, I knew Slayers was one of them. It's just I've never read the Slayers books.
Yeah, but Bob and I were going back and forth on who started this.
Well, I mean,
apparently it's just been a thing in the industry forever, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think Haruhi is the one that started the trend. Like, because I feel like
the modern trend of it.
I feel
that it might be
converting large amounts.
I feel that it is a product of manga not taking off as much as they want it to, and not being able to or create as much as they need it to as quick as it can.
Yeah,
because they can do a lot more in a novel series a lot quicker than a manga series.
Especially if they don't.
Yeah, the thing is, though, like, for some reason, just like I feel like after Haruhi, it just opened up a floodgate of like just a lot of anime. Because in the 90s, a lot of anime, like, you had some that were based on light novels, but you had so many more that were either like, some were original ideas. Imagine that.
God.
And then, then the fucking 90s were amazing for that.
Yeah.
And then the majority were manga.
Outside of anime, even. Like, really, let's talk about culture at large. Like, the fucking 90s is when that shit died.
Yeah. But, so much of, like, most of it was based on manga. There's a lot of manga-centric stuff, and then there was, like, a handful of light novels.
In the 90s, they were perfectly willing to do an anime series that they couldn't make a real end to, so they made their own ending up, and thus made their own original anime.
Yeah.
They don't seem willing to do that at all anymore.
Yeah, the thing is, though, like, the weird thing is, like, and it's a sad truth, is a lot of these light novel adaptations are meant to be advertisements for the books. So you watch the first season, if it was super profitable, maybe they'll make a second one, but pretty much it's just there to advertise the novels. And once the novels are done, they usually don't bother to go back and finish their anime. They're just like, no, go read the books. We did our job. We made a commercial.
Is Noragami a light novel?
No, I think that's an anime.
Oh my.
Sorry, manga.
Okay, I was like, oh my god, if that anime's the only thing.
Yeah, no way.
Because the way it cuts out is fucking.
Now I'm just like, is it?
I mean,
yeah, you can look it up.
It was written like a light novel. It's written like something that has a lot of universe stuff that would be important in a written format that isn't necessarily important.
Conveyed well.
Shut up. Fuck you. Noragami is fucking perfect.
You know what wasn't written? Beautiful Bones.
No, it was
definitely words were put on pages, Jay.
I've seen the bodies.
Oh god, what's our stupid fucking catchphrase they shoehorn into episode 5?
The bones don't come together.
Yeah, like whatever the mystery, like, oh, we figured out the mystery. It's like, wait, she like figures out some bullshit because she's oh my god, she's just, like I said, she's this ridiculous genius, and she like puts together all these pieces and goes, the bones don't fit together. It's like, really? That's your catchphrase? Why the hell didn't you have one sooner? 1, 2, like, it's just, it was such a
fit
case.
Together or come together?
Come together.
I think it's come together. Yeah,
probably.
The bones don't come together.
Yeah, it was such a bad...
And it had absolutely nothing to do with bones.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero. It was about mold.
Because 4 and 5 have zero to do with bones.
Yeah.
A guy didn't even break his bone when he got an axe in the leg, which just, to me, was like, oh, come on.
Okay. Give me this one thing.
Okay, so not only does she know...
She could have walked across a dying dog in episode 4 and been like, oh, it's drowning in its own blood because the rib punctured the lung. Instead, they didn't even write that in. They didn't even want to work bones in that much.
Okay, so episode 5, I think, is the most egregious offender when it comes to her solving mysteries that don't have to deal with bones, because not only, like, hey, her knowing forensic shit, I'll let some of that slide. When you get to episode 5 and she's, like, identifying mold spores and knows exactly, like, what their, like, you know, side effects are, she goes full-blown House.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, where House would spend an entire episode doing blood analysis and research and, you know, cross-referencing with other illnesses. Mm-hmm. She just
being wrong.
Yeah. You know, like, she'll just, like, look at, like, you know, like, his cuticles and, like, you know, are kind of discolored
he has
or whatever.
renal failure. Duh.
And it's just like, you know, she solves, like, this huge medical history or mystery of his medical history of his family.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
And she's what, supposed to be 16?
I think she's actually 20. I think she's like 20.
What?
Yeah, she's in her 20s.
Like really early 20s.
Sure.
Because main character dude's a lot younger than her, and he's a high schooler. But yeah, she knows about color hues and how it affects babies.
Like psychological impact of color.
Yeah.
Like,
and she knows about
Lord.
the Japanese stock market or Japanese market and how, like, apparently, like,
it
the
went
dude
to shit a year ago.
Yeah, even though she's, like, supposed to be some sort of weird shut-in who only just is obsessed with bones and nothing else. I hate this character.
I think
I hate
she's
her
not a character. Like a person who just knows everything and doesn't exhibit
She's
her
God.
own limitation. Yeah. The end of this, it's Haruhi.
But I feel like the author wanted to name the series that and liked the idea of her liking
What,
bones.
named
But
it Haruhi?
no. But
What do you mean it's taken?
and didn't want to actually do any research on bones.
But some of the episodes do have research on bone, like 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it, out of 5.
Right, she got tired of it real quick.
Here's the thing, though. The series works great when you have an actual, like, you... Okay. On the series Bones, which is a U.S. live-action television series.
What? American television?
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that for a second. You can have a research staff that figures out things about bones and how people can be murdered and how you can tell things from bones. There can be a bones expert. This is a light novel originally, so I got very shortly into this and went, oh God, there's no way this person actually knows this much about bones. They probably just went, man, bones are cool.
Yeah.
What if, like, protagonists knew a lot about bones, and then somewhere around episode 5 they went, or everything?
Yeah. Like,
What if they just knew everything?
this would be like if the guy who wrote Initial D had never driven a car.
It really would.
Like if the guy who wrote Initial D watched like one Fast and the Furious movie and went, I want to write a manga about driving cars and racing. Yeah, it's that fucking level. It's
How
really
is Takumi
insulting.
a better character than Sakurako? By all
Because
means,
he's consistent.
he should be a much worse character, but he isn't.
Because he's flawed. Because he is kind of that level of autistic of, you know, because it actually makes him kind of a flawed character because, you know, he's pretty much socially fucking inept.
And
He
stupid.
And he has like this one thing he's
And
really
jealous
good.
as shit.
Yeah, he has this one
Which,
thing
to
he's
be
really
fair,
good at.
his girlfriend's a whore.
True. This is a fact. No, but
Because apparently all high school girls in Japan are. I don't know.
It was a
That
thing in the
series kind
90s.
of
I don't know.
Made it seem that way.
It really did. What was with that?
Maybe
I think
that-
that guy got dumped really bad.
maybe
Maybe it's like Ava, and every race is set on the date of like some terrible event in his life.
Yeah, it's just because, like, I mean, I usually really get into animes where like a character is really specifically good at one thing.
Yeah.
Because usually the person who writes that story is into that thing hardcore, and they write it from a really caring like perspective.
Like Terran Resonance.
Or, oh, I hate you.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
I was gonna say Yakitate Japan because we haven't referenced Yakitate in Japan yet.
Oh, yep. Taking drinks.
But
Or
yeah.
Nichijou.
I don't think
Double
anyone
down.
Nichijou has is something they're super good at. But yeah, Nichijou.
Yeah. They're a fucking expert on little girls.
But yeah, like, like that guy clearly knew a shit ton about bread. He spoke to a guy who knew a shit ton about bread.
Yeah.
The chick who wrote Hikaru to Go, she was a huge fan of Go. She played Go personally, and she had a Go instructor tell her a lot about to make sure she got certain plays and stuff right when writing the goddamn manga.
That's important. Like,
This person thought bones were she's probably some fucking hot topic cunt who was just like, I think bones are cool and edgy. I want to write a book about bones and have a character who's cool and edgy and doesn't have a
Sorry.
fucking personality.
Hot Topic Hunt, can we please make it regionally accurate and call her a Shinjuku Kuntu? Thank you. Oh, sorry, Kansu.
Consul.
Dear Japan, do you have a romanticization of cunt? Please let us know. Maybe I should just ask Dylan Cuthbert. He's okay with the word cunt because he's from England. And
Right.
in England, it's kind of like saying dick, which kind of makes sense because it's that for a lady.
Yeah. So yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, like this person clearly just thought bones were cool. She thought having like this monotone, emotionless protagonist was cool. Basically, just and having this character, this little fucking Shota boy, follow him around, who for no reason, seriously, he's this fucking cunt's whipping boy for no reason. Like, I just think it's like, just bitches on a crazy power trip, and she just this is like fanfic for this woman.
Yeah.
It was super weird that Shotaro's like reason for following her around has never been really explained.
Yeah, they never explain how they really met, why he follows her, why he puts up with her horseshit. The fact that she won't even call him by his name is ridiculous. She just calls him boy. Like, usually if a character is going to be kind of disconnected, they'll at least only refer to them by their last name and never personalize it.
And to be fair, the exact word she's using is shonen, which is even more detached and weird.
Yeah, hey, shonen. Yeah, she's always calling him shonen. And it's like, it's really... Yeah, it's just really derogatory to this kid.
And he's just taking it.
Yeah, and they never really explain why he puts up with it. I think they may have implied that he might have a crush on her or something, but like for no reason, really. She's just
they had a couple
bitch.
scenes where it was supposed to be tense between the two of them, which was just...
But like she's so
weird.
Emotionally detached, there's nothing to get tense about.
Yeah.
This anime was really bad.
It was pretty bad. Do we want to do is it the worst anime we've watched for WeeaBoots game?
Oh, God.
I want to go down that road.
I don't know. I think I still hate... I know there's got to be a few animes I've seen I hated more than this.
While I'm looking this up, Bob, go ahead.
I still like Digimon was so bad.
It was worse than this
is the
for
only
me.
thing.
See,
Because nothing fucking happened.
Yeah.
It was just so much nothing.
I mean, yeah, I will definitely agree that Digimon is a good contender, but just... God, I felt Digimon was boring. This was insulting. Like, more so than... Okay, what do we got? Terran Resonance was...
Akami Ga Kill's a pretty good runner-up, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say both that
Gourmet
and
Girls Graffiti.
I'm going to say that's better than this.
Really?
Yeah. At least those were characters.
Oh, Jesus
Because as
Christ.
I keep thinking about with this, there really isn't... Like, she's just a fucking Mary Sue.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I mean, she's a Jedi. She's a Force user. She's a scavenger.
That is the definition of a
She's a
Mary
staff
Sue.
fighter.
Yeah, definitely the definition of a Mary Sue. Someone's gonna think you legitimately think that now. You know that, right?
Probably. People are stupid.
How dare you misinterpret my joke as being sincere? You're stupid.
I don't know. By the time this comes out, I'm gonna have a vlog up with Agro about like how much we enjoyed that movie. So if they honestly think I feel that way, fuck them.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say the next closest two were Blue Spring Ride and.
Blue Spring Ride was boring, but I felt like it had
Beauty.
characters.
Yeah, no,
definitely better than this.
This is probably the worst anime we watched.
Yeah.
I don't know. Arslan was really bad.
Arslan
and Yuki
was-
Nagato was that same Digimon territory for me. So
Oh god, I forgot we watched that.
See, I had no point of reference for any of the characters either. So it was the same thing as Digimon, where I'm just like, please give me something.
Yeah, see, me being a fan of Digimon, I think that's what, because there are a few lore building elements and stuff that kind of kept me that kind of edges Digimon out. Like, if you've seen the last 2 seasons of Digimon, it helped me edge that out. It's definitely a top 4, top 3 contender. For me, though, Gourmet Girls, I would say, is worse than Digimon. This, I would say, is worse than Digimon.
Okay, so which one's worse out of the two of them, Gourmet Girls and this? Okay, Bob, what's your worst anime we reviewed if you need to see the list?
No, it's Digimon. It just is. That is the worst, thing I had to shove myself all the way through.
Yeah, Yuki Nagato was slightly better than that because anything happened in episode 1.
Yeah, anything happened in those episodes. It was all frustratingly not right in every way it could be.
Just bad objectively.
Yeah, bad animation, bad storytelling, bad everything.
Bad interactions.
But at least there was things happening. There were moments of, this is kind of fun.
Okay.
It all.
Like in this?
No.
Okay.
No. In Yuki Nagato.
Okay, I will say, Yuki Nagato definitely had a couple of upbeat moments.
Bob, you and I are in agreement that Digimon's probably the worst goddamn anime we review.
Yeah, that is.
And what's yours, Jay? What's your worst anime?
It's either this or Gourmet Girls. It's a tie. Like, Digimon's in probably 3rd slot.
I'm glad that we watched an anime that was a real contender for worst fucking anime.
I will say though that that now reflecting back on it, Digimon is most certainly worse than Akame ga Kill, and that's a really sad statement for me because I really hated Akame ga Kill.
Yes, you did.
I really, really hated that one. But this one definitely beats that out. Honestly, I'm going to say just because Gourmet Girls had it was boring as shit, but it wasn't as insultingly stupid as this was.
It featured a lot of the same problems that this does, whereas you can tell the writer of this doesn't know a shitload about bones, and that's why it's not about bones a lot of the time. The Gourmet Girl thing of the most sciencey thing that shows up is she used less salt and more sugar.
Yeah.
It has that same problem, but there are actually characters in Gourmet Girls graffitis, and they have histories. Like, her mother's more of a character than anyone in the series. And her mother shows up for what? 2 scenes?
Yeah.
Remember they do the flashback to her mom fucking shit up and...
her grandmother?
Yeah. No, her mom. Remember? She flashes back to where she used to live with her mom, and her dad have that relationship where her mom's a fucking monster and can't cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was more of a character than anyone in this came off as.
Yeah, and then, what was it? Her cousin's parents had a lot of personality too. It wasn't great personality. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Beautiful Bones. Okay, for me it's Beautiful Bones, Gourmet Girls, then Digimon, and Digimon barely edges out, man.
Yeah. Okay. So Digimon's 3rd worst, and this is worst.
Yeah.
Okay, well, glad to know we hit the bottom.
Yeah, so...
I'm willing to take a break from this anime season. Do you guys just want to review Watamote for next episode? Because I got the Blu-ray.
You know what? That doesn't sound bad.
Bob's like, God damn it!
I don't want to cut myself!
See, here's the spoilers. I like Watamote. That's why I own it on Blu-ray now. Most people do not like Watamote.
I'll tell you what. Maybe we could split it between Watamote and something else. So Bob doesn't I don't know.
But then we have to watch twice as much anime.
I can do it. I'll manage.
We'll have a discussion about this terrible person.
Empathy hurts in the series.
You just have to be a cold, detached monster, Bob.
Apparently.
We'll see you next week for Watamote. Or no matter how I look at it, it's your fault that I'm not popular. Thanks for listening to this episode of WeeaBoots. Go check out our video game coverage over at GigaBoots on YouTube and consider supporting us via Patreon so we can continue making WeeaBoots. Jay from HailZeon.com is HailZeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Luckhash. You can check out more music from Luckhash at www.luckhash.com. Oh, and if you could, write a review for us on iTunes.
GigaBoots has been brought to you by our glorious producers, Vincent Poverk, Cywolf, and Gary Owen via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.